Boom. Yeah.
Booyaka.
Uh-huh.
I think we are in this joint.
Yeah.
Super duty tough work. Illogic rocking the paraphernalia.
Yeah, it's Friday. Dress down day at work.
Yeah.
Gotta represent.
Oh, you rock that at work today?
Oh, yeah.
Rep
Got
the squad.
Got a few questions. I was like, Spotify, Apple Music.
SoundCloud.
We do this.
Follow it on SoundCloud. Peace.
Yeah.
Leave us a 5-star rating. That's fine.
Yeah.
So if you're at home, you can see, you put those of you doing the audio, Illogic is rocking the Super Duty Tough Work hoodie, of which we're already about to run out of. I think we only got like small and mediums, maybe 2 of each left.
Yeah, they go pretty quick.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to order more.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get I'll purchase one of the newer ones because
era.
Yeah, gotta get the new era. I still got the these are the original joints.
OG joints.
The OGs.
This is the classics right there.
Yeah, this is the OGs right here.
It's like nice quality heavyweight hoodie.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you at home and you want to support the movement, go to weightless.net, get your Super Duty Tough Work hoodie. We got those in stock. Otherwise, just be on the lookout. We having products and services this year.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We appreciate y'all listenership. And, we're going to continue to have these conversations and hopefully help everybody.
Right.
This week, I'm going to talk about something that's deep, but some people won't get it. This week's topic is quieting your mind. In this era of so many distractions, we talk about those a lot. What I found is at the root of all of this is that people cannot quiet their minds. There's just so much going on to distract you, to make you upset, to make you feel sympathetic, just to move you emotionally.
Yeah.
That it's hard to be productive when you're getting tugged all over the place.
Yes.
Where the mind leads, the body will follow. I've always been a firm believer of that. And therefore, wherever your attention lies, that's where you're going to be focused on, in your actions. And so we feel like the first step in that is to learn how to quiet your mind.
Yes.
Because once your mind is quiet, you can focus on what's really important. You could be more productive. You can sleep better. Your conversations with people will be more, you'll be more present. And until you can do that, you're going to struggle at a lot of things.
Right.
And so this episode, we're going to talk about quieting your mind. And we'll be right back.
We got you stuck off the realness, the most infamous, you heard of us. Official podcast murderers, the show comes equipped with viewpoints to share. Grown man ideas for all those who care and want to grow, so go ahead and download. Every single week with a brand new episode. You're not alone in this world, cousin, so we share information and honest discussion and keep repping a culture like we supposed to. They spread gossip, but they never come close to. I can hear it inside their tone. They talk about the industry but never left their home. You get laced up with bullet points and such, plus empowering topics that they never would touch. You can put your whole network against the team, but Super Duty Tough Work's the MVP. Most valuable podcast on MP3. Priceless info, but all of it's free. So take these words home and think them through. Super Duty Tough Work is coming at you. You are now listening to Super Duty Tough Work with your host, Blueprint. Raw and uncut. Adult conversations. No shucking, no jiving, and no bullshit.
It's hilarious. All right, folks. Super Duty Tough Work. We're talking about quieting your mind this week, man. We're going to get started with the first one. The first way to quiet your mind is to practice your craft.
Yeah.
I found that when things are the most chaotic, when I can focus the least, when I feel the most lost, one of the easiest ways to get back on track is to practice my craft.
Yes.
I'll hit the basement. I'll grab a stack of records, listen, find a couple samples, make a beat, maybe write, whatever, lose myself in that.
Yeah.
And what I've noticed, and what I think every artist notices, is that while you're working on that, you have singular focus.
Oh, yeah.
none of your other issues matter.
Nah, my phone is nowhere near me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
you're just locked in.
Just locked in.
Yeah, I'm just like that when I write. Like, I don't even, when I'm writing, like writing a song and I'm like, I'm writing this today.
Yeah.
I don't answer anything.
Right.
I'm all texts. I don't look at nothing because I know that the more distracted I am, the more easy it's let me just answer just one quick email. And then if I take on that email, then I have to see it through.
Right.
Now I'm worried about this problem. If I open the email or answer the text, now my mind is split.
Yeah.
It's not singularly focused anymore. Whereas art, out of all the things you can do, I think it's one of the purest ways to become singularly focused that we have.
Yeah. I think people that work out,
yes,
you know, people that play sports, you know what I'm saying? Like when you go shoot hoop,
yep,
you ain't thinking about nothing else.
No,
you know what I'm saying? Like
in the moment.
Yeah, you are in the moment. If you go play, you know, some touch football with your boys or some flag football or something, you are in the moment.
Facts.
You are not thinking about any of your problems. You're not thinking about whatever, you know, who texting you, whatever. Like you are in that moment. So just doing something that's active that can take your mind, that makes you focus.
Yeah, totally. And I think some people might miss that. Like if they haven't had experience with sports, or maybe they haven't worked on an art like artists do to that level, they may just think of these things as fun hobbies.
Right.
But they may be missing out on like the spiritual aspect of like, yo, you're singularly focused when you're doing this. And if you're not, you're going to be really bad at it. Like you can't make beats and be on the phone.
Oh, hell no.
You can't make beats and, you know what I'm saying, surf the internet at the same time.
No.
You can't have multiple screens and I'm making a beat too. It's one or the other.
Yeah.
If you're listening for loops, you can't do nothing else when you do that.
Nah, you got to be focused on that shit.
Listening.
Yeah.
That is by itself quiets your mind.
Yeah, that's one of the things, like, it's because I have my time every day that I, like, when I'm having a stressful day at work, I look forward to that 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock when I hit the basement, because I know that I'm going to shed all of this extra shit that I've been dealing with all day. Yeah. So, you know, if you get into a routine, then you have to quiet your mind on a regular basis or you go crazy. There has to be some balance.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. And, you know, what some people fail to understand as well is that by you becoming so dedicated and you focusing on that one craft that you're doing, when you come back out of that state, everything seems to make more sense. Yeah, you're a little clearer. Yes. You know what I'm saying? You can put things in order. Yeah. You know, like that's why, because a partner that I work with, a lot of times she don't take lunch. And I'm like, you can't work through the whole day and expect to be your best. Right. Like, even if we're working on something that's important that has to be due by the end of the day, I'd never miss my lunch because a lot of times I need to step away. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Especially, you know, doing spreadsheets and numbers and all that stuff. I got to step away from it if I've been looking at that shit for 4 or 5 hours. Yeah. You know, and then it clears you up to go back with fresher eyes. Totally. You know what I'm saying? So it's always good to take a step away from all the distractions and the extra shit. Yeah, I agree. So that's number one. Okay. Number 2 way to quiet your mind is, and people don't want to hear this, but don't multitask. But I get more done, Prince. I get more done when I multitask. I'm just so talented that I can do this. I can do some of that. Right. I could just, look, I mean, it all's gonna get done anyway. You know, I'm gonna look, none of that shit really works. Nah. And I'm a person, I used to be a big advocate for multitasking. And then I realized, like, I was looking back on my past with, I was lying to myself. You know what I'm saying? I was exaggerating. So like I had a period where I look back like, yo, you dropped this record, then you did this book, and then you did this all in a 2-year period. And so then the years after that, I started 3 projects just as demanding at the same time. Yeah, no. Failing to admit that the reason I got all those things done in a 2-year period, I did them one at a time. I did the album, and then I did the book, and then I did this, and then I did that. And it wasn't that I was sitting there working on this for 25%, this for 25%, this for 30%, switching back and forth. That's not how I got all that shit done. And multitasking doesn't really exist. No. You can't do you really can't do multiple things at once. It's impossible. You got to do one thing at a time, even if you're taking on different projects. Yeah. You're working on them one at a time. And you better be. Right. If you want to see any progress. Right. And if you want it to be good. Yeah. I had that thing. I think we might have talked about this. It's probably around 2017 or 2016 where I had all these projects and then I got audited. And then I was just like, all of a sudden I realized how overstressed I was trying to multitask 7 projects that were all about 25% done. And I was like, wait a minute, this is just goofy. Like, what the fuck am I thinking? Like, this wasn't sustainable. And I was unhappy and I didn't have my purpose. And I remember we were talking about reading that, The Power of Less book. Yeah. And I was like, I'm gonna go back to that. One project at a time. And then after I dropped everything, I came back one project and all of a sudden everything started getting done again. Like having 7 projects, thinking I could multitask, that was actually my ego talking to me, telling me that I was much more productive than I actually am.
Right.
Like, yeah, I mean, look what you've done, dog.
Right.
This ain't shit. You can do this. Nothing was getting done. Ever since then, that was 2017, 2016. I stopped. I do one thing at a time until something is like 80, 90% done.
Right. Then you can start something else.
Yeah. But it still ain't getting the majority of the time.
Right.
It's just off to the side.
Right.
I'm gonna fuck with that.
Yeah.
But until like my record, like I worked on my book like most of the last 6 months. That's because my record was recorded.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It was pretty much there.
It just need to be mixed. It was first there.
Yeah.
I felt better, but you can't multitask. And I know we're going to get a lot of people disagreeing with us on this one.
Yeah.
But I challenge those who disagree with us to take a year, work on one project at a time. The same projects you're working on now, do them one at a time. Give them your undivided attention to where your mind is not thinking about other projects. You're not dividing your time. You're not worried about solving problems of another area while you're working on this. And let us know what happens. Because I'm willing to bet that you'll be much more successful with less going on, not multitasking, and the stress associated with it will become greatly reduced.
And you'll probably have better projects. You know what I'm saying? The more you focus, the more you can concentrate on the quality of what you're doing. It's not about the quantity of what you're doing. It's not, I put out 8 albums this year.
Thank you.
Are any of them good though?
Yes. That's the question.
You know what I'm saying? Like, are any of them good though? That one that you've been working on for 3 years, probably the best one out of them because you know what I'm saying? But yeah, like it's not worth it.
Yeah. Where's the classics?
Yeah. Where's the classics?
You don't have none. So that's number 2. Like, don't multitask. Okay. Number 3, way to quiet your mind. Turn off notifications. Notification squad.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Yeah.
What you do with notifications is that the reason to be the way to be good at anything is to be in the moment, to be in the present. Like we talked about, if you're on a basketball court, you can't be thinking other things or else you're not able to play.
Right.
When you're making beats, you're not all over the place. But what happens is that even at the moments when you're completely focused on something, your phone becomes this conduit.
Ding.
Yeah. To just ruin the moment. Ding. Yeah, ding, ding. Or ding, ding, ding. Then you see, oh man, it's over there and you're I'm just not going to look at it. But now your mind
is there. Like, I wonder was it important? You know what I'm saying? Like, especially if it's a text message.
Come on.
Like if it's Facebook or something, it's easier to ignore, but if it's like a text, it's like, what if it's important? What if it's my mom's? What if it's then you gotta look. You gotta look.
And so me, like, only thing I have notifications turned on is text messages. That's it.
Yeah.
Any app I've installed, please do not notify me about shit. I don't care because I know that I'm gonna look at the shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna look. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hold on, B. Let me just.
Yeah.
Oh, there's nothing.
Right.
And now you're thinking about that. And in the worst case scenario is like you have notifications that actually do take you away from your work. Now, instead of being singularly focused, you're going down another rabbit hole.
Yep.
5 minutes here.
Yep.
10 minutes there.
Yep.
Somebody sends you a little meme here. You laugh and reply.
Yep.
You know what I mean? All of a sudden, what you set out to do is not getting your full attention. Your mind is now littered with all these different notifications and voices. And what am I missing out? You get the FOMO now. You're missing out. Maybe I should just wrap this up because I can't get nothing done because of these distractions.
Yeah.
You haven't quieted your mind because you're not in the moment now, and your phone is stopping you from being in the moment.
I don't have any notifications on my phone. Like,
man,
like that's it. Like, only when my phone is on, it rings if someone calls me.
Yeah.
I don't even have notifications for text messages.
That's good.
Because I look at my phone anyway.
Yeah.
So if you know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm
get it.
Yeah, if I'm expecting something, then that's different. But just on a regular basis, if all my kids at home, my wife at home, ain't nobody out nowhere where I gotta be, paying attention, I don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Because I'm one of those dudes that if I leave my phone at home, I'm still good for the day. You know what I'm saying?
We're from that era.
Like, I'm fine.
We grew up like that.
Yeah, like, I'm good.
I'm in the streets.
Right. I'm out here.
See you when I see you.
Yeah, I see you when I see you. I call you back when I get home.
Yeah, it's not a problem.
It's not a problem
It's
at
just a
all.
phone.
Yeah, it's just a phone, man.
Yeah, man. You know what tricks me out is like some people will complain about not being able to sleep, but they be having any notifications on for every app.
Yeah, no. Taya, I went into Taya's phone and turned off her app, like a lot of her notifications, because she just had like, it was like every 10 minutes, like something was, I'm like, no, like that is not, no. Nah. And then your phone died quick.
Yeah, that's true. It kills your phone.
Kills your phone.
Yeah, which is another distraction.
Yeah.
Because now you worried, oh, my phone ain't charged. Are people trying to get a hold of me?
Yep.
You know, while my phone is charging, which is bullshit. But the notifications, what it does is it splits your time again. You can never have like a quieted mind if you're being pulled between Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, email, text, phone call, whatever random app you got on your phone. It's just not going to happen. So you got to turn them notifications off, man. Yeah. And so that's number 3. All right, we'll do number 4. Number 4 way to quiet your mind is to put it on paper. This is a big one for me. There's times when I'm stressed out the most. And, there's just noise. I'm like, what am I going to do? I don't know how to focus. And I found that, especially if it's late night, I'll just start writing exactly what I thought. Just grab the laptop. Everything that I have anxiety or just like this unsure feeling about, I'll just start writing. This is how I'm feeling. This is what I think set it off. I'll just start writing. It might take me 20, 30 minutes. By the end of that 20, 30 minutes, I'm calm. Yeah. I'm just like,
because you get it out.
Get it out.
Yeah.
For people who feel like they can't focus, they can't lock in, I think that plays a large part of it. Like, you're not getting what's inside of you out of you.
Right.
And it's just bouncing around in your head, causing chaos and confusion. Writing allows you to work through that, and that's just when you're stressed out, but you got to have a plan for everything. And that's the other way I use writing. Every day I wake up, I try to have like a little list of what needs to be done. Yeah. Because I noticed that I can't sleep unless I have that.
Right.
Like if I don't know what's going on tomorrow, I'm going to sit there in bed
thinking about everything that needs to be done.
I'm going to forget that.
Right.
The worst phrase you can have is, I got to remind myself to.
Oh, man. Dog, never. You wake up like, oh, what was I thinking about before? What was that? Oh, I knew I should have wrote it down.
I got to make sure I remember.
Nah.
Hey, don't let me forget.
Don't let me forget.
Now they're included in your anxiety. It's like, yo, all you got to do is write that down.
Yeah.
As soon as you think about it, and then you don't got to be worried about that shit.
Yeah.
But it just causes a lot of chaos, man. And I was bad at it for a long time. Like, wake up like, okay, there's something I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
What is it?
What was it?
Something don't feel right.
Right.
You sitting there, do you miss an appointment or some shit like that, or a call or a conference call? So you're like, oh, that's what it was. But you never wrote it down.
Yeah.
You put all that stress on yourself to remember it in a moment, you know what I'm saying, all day. But you could have just wrote it down when you were asleep and be like, look, I don't know. Oh yeah, I do have to do that today. Right. I wrote it down. Yeah. I'm glad I wrote that down. Yeah. That's how you quiet your mind,
I think a lot of people are, we some lazy motherfuckers. Let's really put it out on the table.
It's true.
We lazy, man. No one, because if you're not a writer, you don't got a pen next to the bed.
That's a fact.
You don't got a pad next to the bed.
Yeah.
You got your phone, but you ain't thinking about opening up that note app to make a note.
And why not?
Because you lazy. You ain't there.
Yep.
And we all guilty of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, this is why people don't write stuff down, is because in general, human beings take the least path of resistance.
Yeah.
It's like, it's easier to say, I won't forget. Let me remind myself.
Right.
It's easier to do that and then wake up like, fuck, what was that? Yeah. And then it is to, let me open this app that's on my phone. Then I'm looking at my phone anyway.
Yeah.
I'm looking at my phone anyway.
Might as well use it for something positive.
Let me open this app and make a note And you can make a notification of that.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what your notifications should be for.
Yeah, to remind yourself of the shit you got to do.
Yeah.
Then Instagram post from, young whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, come on.
It's true. Yeah, your calendar app should be the only app that notifies you. On the real.
Lifesaver.
That's the only one that should be just popping up. You need to be here in 2 hours. You need to be here. But yeah, everything else is just kind of bullshit. Bullshit.
It is.
Like, the funniest part about that, like, people would rather just be lazy. But even worse than the laziness is to actually tell someone else.
Right.
To remember that shit for you. Like, I need you to remind me to whoop-de-whoop. Hey, what's this for, jackass?
My kids are good at that.
Yeah.
Like, they got phones and they like, oh, Mom, can you remind me? No. You got a calendar just like me.
Remind yourself. Yeah. Little jackass.
Oh, man.
All right, that's number 4. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. What up, everybody? Blueprint here to let you guys know that all 3 of my books are finally back in stock. That means right here, What a Night. This book is back in stock. It's $10. This is a book about the worst shows in my career. That's 10. Word is Blog Volume 1 is back in stock. That's $10. And also, The Making of Adventures in Counterculture. This book is about my Adventures in Counterculture album. If you have the album, you love the album, you should have a book too. That's $10. All 3 of these books are back in stock for $10 each, or you can get all 3 of them for just $25 right now on waitlist.net. That's all I got today. Thanks for your support. Peace. Super Dute.
Yeah.
Tough work. Talk about quieting your mind, Be like water. Quiet, empty your mind. You have to empty your mind, like Bruce Lee said, know. And that's what this is about, quieting your mind, emptying your mind so that you can do better work, you can rest better, you can be less stressed out. And we got 6 more to go. Number 5, and this is one that's been around since the beginning of time.
Yes.
Number 5 way to quiet your mind is to pray or meditate.
Yeah.
I don't really know of anything that has been around longer than that.
Oh, yeah.
To quiet your mind. You think about how stressed you are. If you're a person of faith, praying is something you've been doing your whole life.
Yes.
And yes, you obviously pray, for how you would like things to go, but you are singularly focused when you're praying. You're not thinking about anything else other than that moment. You may be praying in your mind, you may be saying it out loud. However you're doing it, you're focused. You're not thinking about 12 different things. And I think those moments, as well as meditating, are things that allow you to block out everything that's going around and become singularly focused on what needs to be done, or alleviate the stress and just kind of empty your mind.
Yeah. What prayer and meditation does for you is allows you to sit still.
Yeah.
Like when you pray or when you meditate, the whole idea behind it is to relax and sit still and just focus on something. Yeah. Meditation is about focus. Prayer is about focus. And it's about sitting still and not being distracted and focusing on something. I mean, a lot of time I pray for peace.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Looking for peace, praying for peace.
Yes.
Or just sitting still. Sometimes I'll go in the basement in my studio and just sit in silence.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like just sit there for, 15, 20 minutes before I start working on anything. Just to get rid of all the extra, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Before I turn this record on, let me just get rid of everything, And it's a great way to just quiet yourself and relax and get ready to move into whatever you're doing.
Yeah, totally. And it's good that, there's been a movement, I guess, with the whole yoga movement has come to meditation movement as well. So it's kind of mainstream meditation is now. And, they're trying to do it in schools and all of that. And I think it's very positive that people understand, like, you don't need no one else to do that. Taking 1 minute, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, you get a quick break at lunch. Why not meditate, pray during that? Pray for peace, pray for the ability to not be stressed out, pray for the ability to, handle things as they come to you, to not get worked up over things you can't, like whatever you're meditating or praying on, just the act that you're doing it.
Yes.
is going to change the trajectory of your day.
Yeah, very much so.
That's number 5. Okay, number 6. This is one obviously we're fans of on this podcast. Number 6 way to quiet your mind is to read often.
Yeah.
When you're reading, the beauty about reading is that it engages your eyes and your mind. You know, so like not only are you reading the words, but as the words are being read, you're visualizing what the author is talking about. And so if you got your mind, your imagination, and your eyesight engaged, it's almost impossible to read and do anything else.
Right.
Like, I mean, you can read on a treadmill, read and walk maybe, but that's because walking is so instinctual that you're not thinking about walking.
Right.
But outside of that, reading is something that it's a great, more so than feeding your mind. It's a great exercise in emptying and quieting your mind.
Yeah, because you won't understand what you're reading if you're thinking of something else.
Right.
Like you'll be like, I've been one of those people that have like sat down to try to read and you end up reading the same sentence 5 times.
Because your mind is not quiet.
Ain't there. You know, so reading is one of those things, if you're really like trying to understand what you're reading, you know, that you have to block everything else out because otherwise you'll be like, didn't I just read that?
Yeah, over and over.
Yeah, like
stuck on the same page. Like, damn, I can't get off this page.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think people too, you know, there's definitely people say, well, reading is not for me, or they don't like reading or anything. But like, even if you're not into reading, it doesn't necessarily have to be textbooks. I think the same thing can be achieved through an audiobook. You know, like listening to an audiobook. As this podcast is proof.
Yeah.
When you're listening to Super Duty, you might be able to clean up or do something, but you're focused. Like, what's going on here? You know, I think that when people are reading, it has the ability, especially audio, to engage your mind and look at it. If you don't like it just for the sake of reading, look at reading as an exercise that teaches you discipline and focus, as an exercise that teaches you to empty your mind so that you can be singularly focused and more effective in what you do, to not be stressed out, and that whether it's reading or something else, what you learn from reading will transfer into other activities in your life.
Right.
Because it does take discipline.
Definitely.
Okay, that's number 6. Okay, number 7. Man.
I don't think
it's a big one.
It's huge.
Number 7 way to empty your mind and quiet your mind is to accept the things you can't control.
I don't think people even I don't even think people really think they have the ability to do that sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, because it's so hard to accept, especially if shit is not going the way that you think it should go.
Come on, man.
But it ain't nothing you can do about it.
You got to accept it.
Yeah, you just got to roll with it at that point. If you can't change it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm willing to believe that at least 90% of what people are stressing about is things they can't control.
Hell yeah.
At least.
Easily.
Because you think about the onset of anything happening in your life. It just happened. You're actually responding to it. You're not out there able to stop it.
Right.
You know, so it's like if you're starting this entire process of having this anxiety and all this shit going on that's stressing you out at the point in which the event that sparked it has already happened, it's kind of beyond your control anyway.
Yeah.
The only thing you managing is your response to it.
Right.
Because it's happened.
Right.
And so the best thing you could do is say, you know what, man? I can't control that. And sometimes it's best to be very honest with that. Like, and sometimes there's things you can't control, but if you try, it will make it even worse. Like the stress you're enduring, your inability to focus on these things, it will get 10 times worse if you attempt to control that thing that you know you can't control. And that really it leads to more chaos. It's not worth it, man.
Yeah, and something else to piggyback on this is don't dwell on mistakes that you make. You know what I'm saying? Because if it's already done and you put yourself in a certain position, you can't change what you've already done.
Well,
but what you can change is how you deal with that same situation in the future.
Yes.
And not putting yourself in those situations. So that's one way to at least help yourself in the future to not stress out about things. Because if it's already done and you're already in the shit, you can't change what you're in right now. But you can change how you react to it, and you can change the fact that to make sure it doesn't happen again.
Yeah, I mean, think about how many artists stress out about whether people like their albums.
Oh yeah.
And I was thinking about it the other day, and me and RJ were texting about just like running campaigns or something, and I said something to the effect of like, it's very easy to be stressed out about the reception to the record, but really the only thing you can control is that you drop the stuff you said you were going to do when you said you were going to do to promote it.
Yep, that's all you can do.
That's it. If you say, I'm going to shoot 5 music videos, I'm going to make some flyers, I'm going to make some posters, I'm going to go out and do this, I'm going to play this many shows, you control that. You don't control whether people come to the shows.
Right.
You don't control whether people like the album. You don't control whether the press writes about it. All you can do is commit to doing what you can control and just stepping the fuck off.
You know how hard that is.
Yeah,
right?
it's very difficult.
You know that's difficult.
It's very hard.
Because, the day the album drop, checking Twitter. You know what I'm saying?
So much anxiety.
Yeah, you checking Twitter, you checking Facebook.
What the streets saying?
Yeah, what the streets talking about?
They shit for they better give it up.
Yeah, man, like the first week. Man, listen.
Yeah.
Dog.
Because especially you put your own money up.
Right.
You really stress it.
You invested. You know what I'm saying?
Am I going to make that back?
Right. Am I going to recoup?
Yeah.
Can I at least break even? Can I break even?
You can't control that. You cannot control that.
Yeah.
But what I found is that the sooner you realize that, the more you will understand why it's important to focus on the other things.
Right.
Like doing your best is all you can control.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
And so instead of worrying about whether people like your record, worry about, have you done your best to create awareness about the record?
Right.
Have you made enough posts? Do you have enough, boots on the ground? Are you doing things different? Are you playing shows? Are you putting this thing in front of people? Are you doing interviews, podcasts, whatever? So that people are talking in a position to learn about it.
Right.
Because you don't know if they're going to respond.
Yeah, you don't.
You don't. And you don't know whether they're going to like it enough to share it or none of that shit. Like all you know is that, the shots you don't take don't go in.
Right. Right. True.
That's it.
True.
So if you worried about a song going viral, but if you ain't made a music video for that, probably not.
Probably not.
But if you make a music video for that, at least you can say it's in the position for something to crack.
It's out there.
I did my best.
Yeah, it's out there.
That's it.
Shared it 18 times.
Right. Every week. People tired of me.
Right.
I did a Facebook ad. I did an Instagram ad. I did a Twitter post. I've been doing engage. I did a giveaway. I did a remix contest.
Yep.
They don't like it, too bad. At least they know it's there.
Yep.
I did what I can do. And that alone will bring you so much less anxiety and stress about your outcome.
Yeah.
Like that's being more concerned with the process than the results and the outcome.
Right.
The outcome is just, who knows, man.
Yeah. It's a shot in the dark, man. Like, your stuff is fire. You think your stuff is fire, but the next man probably, you don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know.
So just accept it, man. And no matter what you do in life, there are people. I mean, I guess this is even more important when you're dealing with people. It's not only to accept things that you can't control, but accept people you can't control.
Because you can't control people at all.
At all. I mean, people worry about, think about, we're in an era now where people worry about what other people are thinking so much that they get stressed out about it. Isn't that crazy? Like, you're going to war about something that's in someone else's mind that you believe. This is not even something that's put out into the,
that's actual.
They haven't said it. You just assume it and believe it. And because you believe it, now you're worked up. Meanwhile, they're sleeping like baby.
Yeah, because I ain't thinking about you.
I ain't thinking about you at all.
At all.
You over there stressed the fuck out. But you can't control things. You can't control people. What you can control, do your best at that and give yourself the maximum chance for success. And then you'll be able to sleep at night. Like, I'm not stressing about nothing else no more because I know that every time I put out a record, I'm promoting it to my best ability.
Yeah.
No one can say Print didn't make no post. I didn't know the record was out. They might say it ain't your best shit.
Right.
Or this is your best shit.
Right.
But they'll be able to say, I knew it was out.
Right.
He dropped something. But they won't say, damn, you ain't even tell nobody. You just dropped that out of nowhere.
Right.
Nah, I'm doing my best. Now, I don't know if you like the shit, but I'm going to do my best.
I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah. And that's it, man. That's number 7. What's up, everybody? The deal we're running today on Weightless.net is the 2-Headed Monster CD plus 2-Headed Monster
t-shirt for just $20 total. That's the t-shirt and the CD for $20 total. The t-shirt we have in every size. That's small, medium, large, extra large, and 2XL. Every single size, men's sizes. We ship internationally. So you can get the CD and the t-shirt, or I should say CD and the t-shirt for just $20 on weightless.net. Go there right now and support the movement. Thank you. Peace.
All right, folks. Last three joints. We're talking about quieting your mind, emptying your mind. And I hope that you all are getting something out of this conversation. It's one that probably has been long overdue, because we've talked about focus and discipline and sleeping and why you can't sleep.
Right.
And all of that, to make any of those things happen, you have to first quiet your mind, I think.
Thanks.
And so we got 3 left. We're going to talk about number 8, which is probably going to be the least popular one on this list.
Right, but they know.
They know what it is.
They know. You know it's facts. You know it's true.
Yeah, number 8 is limit social media. That means reduce all of your engagement on social media so that your mind can be focused on other things. And what I found about social media is like this, like that scene in the X-Men movies where Professor X has the cerebral thing, and he's puts his helmet on, and he can see the thoughts and minds of all the mutants around the planet.
That's
and it's
social
just
media.
Chaos.
That's
and he's
social
just
media.
like, and anyone else is like, what is this? He's like, people just, that's what social media is.
Oh, yeah. That's
Facebook,
definitely what it is.
Instagram. You're basically inviting the minds and thoughts of your entire social network into your mind. At the same time, reading your timeline is basically putting on the Professor X cerebral helmet. And what you don't know is that has a mental tax.
Oh, man.
It has a cost.
Yes.
Like, how can you quiet your mind? There's a reason he doesn't wear that helmet all the time.
Right. Because you can't hear it. You got to stop it.
Yeah. And he's in there looking for one voice.
Right.
But a million are yelling at him. You willingly open your mind up to 1,000 voices every day just by being on social media a lot. And the question is, do you trust all of those people?
Right.
With your thoughts? Do you trust them to filter through their thoughts enough to not pass on their toxicity, their negativity, their dysfunction and their unproductive bullshit? I don't trust them motherfuckers like that.
Hell no.
Like, I might have 4 or 5 good friends in my life. I don't need 1,000 motherfuckers in my mind.
Yeah, those 4 or 5 good friends, you got their phone number.
I trust them.
I can call you on the phone.
You're not gonna send me no bullshit. You my man.
Right.
But the other 996 people on my friends, I don't know what they're gonna do.
Right.
Every day I get on there, some bizarre, goofy shit going on.
Yeah.
And that is just me putting on the Professor X cerebral helmet.
Yeah.
And it has mixed results. I realize this and I'm like, yo, why do I feel happier when I limit my time? I'm not saying completely delete social media because I'm a businessman.
Yeah, and I need that.
Yeah, I need that bread.
Need that in my life.
That's how I talk to my fans. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not out in the streets every day to put flyers and music in people's hands. And so it is the number way I use to connect with my fans, but I understand that there is a cost. And you look at so much that goes on with these celebrities and these YouTubers who are out here just committing suicide and having just breakdowns because they're feeding the beast to the point and they're allowing all of these people space in their mind that they have not earned.
Yeah.
And you have to limit your social media. I have rules for my shit where it's like, and you and I have talked about it before, I don't post Saturday or Sunday.
Right.
I'm chilling. I try to stay off social media weekends because I know that Monday through Thursday I'm making posts, I'm reposting, I'm engaging with my fans, I'm responding to comments, and that can be mentally taxing because all of a sudden people are now in your mental space. You're worried about that. And I don't want to do that. I need days off.
Yeah.
I haven't noticed a big drop off since, it's the slowest days on the internet anyway.
Right. So, usually for me, I usually don't even have my phone with me. Like when I'm in the house on Saturday and Sunday, I usually leave my phone on the charger up in the room. And because If my mom need to contact me, I'll check it every now and then to see if anybody hit me up. But if my mom need to contact me or somebody my family's at the crib, I don't really need it. I don't have it. Like, even when my wife is out, like, she'll call me like, why didn't you answer your phone? It was upstairs. You know what I'm saying? Like,
man.
I'm down in the basement. I don't need my phone on my hip everywhere I go, especially in my own house.
Yeah.
Like, nah.
Yeah, it's weird. What I think some people they underestimate how these apps that we have now have been engineered to engage their mind.
Oh, yeah.
Like a phone, social media is a marketer's, dream.
Oh, yeah.
Because they get to pass down all these images and videos and things that immediately get your attention and pull you in. And what people need to understand is like, there is a science to this. If you claim that you can't focus on what you need to be doing, it's because you are being pulled into this thing constantly due to science and research.
Yes.
So the best, you think you're smart enough to withstand it, but you're not.
Yeah.
And so my thing is like, I know I'm not that much of a badass.
Right.
So I need to limit the use, period.
Yeah.
There's times when I'm not going to be on it. There's days when I'm not going to be on it. When I focus on certain things, I'm not going to respond to people because I know. And especially as it relates to like going to sleep. Like most people who I know who can't sleep, oftentimes they're sitting there in bed. First thing they look at is their phone.
Oh, no.
Like, oh man, I can't sleep, so let me open the phone. That's not gonna make you sleepier.
Nah, you gonna be up.
Yeah, it's gonna activate your mind. You got this bright display on your phone, and now you're on Facebook reading dumb shit, getting you worked up, and now all of a sudden your mind is not quiet anymore.
No.
Like you shouldn't have it like in the bed with you at all. No social media. You shouldn't be on there if you're at the dinner table talking to somebody. No. If you meet somebody for lunch, you should not be doing any of that shit.
Right.
You should just be like, you know what, man, I'm engaged with this person.
That's
Put it
down.
If this conversation ain't stimulating enough, then I lost.
Yeah.
So I shouldn't have to go to social media to make up for the lack of, stimulation.
Yeah.
That's what relationships are for.
Yeah, I think people just think they're missing something.
Yeah.
Like it's not like, I don't know. And also if you weren't around before it,
Yes.
then it's really hard.
Yes.
Because, like for my kids, they are on Instagram and Snapchat and all that all of the fucking time. And if their phone dies or if they get in trouble and we take their phone, it's like the world is over.
Yeah. See, because y'all should have just never gave them the phones.
Yeah, I mean, true. Facts. I agree.
Because you can't put the genie back in the bottle.
Nah, you can't unlearn.
You can't put the toothpaste back in the tooth.
Nah, you can't.
It's too late.
Too late for that. But I think that's part of the issue is that a lot of people don't understand what life was like prior to it.
Yes.
So for us, putting it down is nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like we used to have to click over. Or, you know what I'm saying? We used to have cords on our phones.
Man. Yeah, one phone in the house.
One phone in the house.
You wasn't staying on a phone.
Nah.
Somebody yell at you.
Yeah.
Being on too long because you had the busy signals. This is before call waiting.
Yeah, this is before call waiting. You know what I'm saying? Like, so cats that has been here before it.
Yeah.
We find it a lot easier to put it down.
Yes.
But, cats that came up with it or, was super young when it, it's
a distraction.
It's like pulling teeth.
Yeah. I think it's almost like, and that's something that who has done research on that? This technology is so new. Social media is so new that you don't have any idea what the developmental impacts are on kids. It might be another 25, 50 years before they say, you know what, kids shouldn't be on Instagram and TikTok and all this stuff until they're 17.
We already know they shouldn't.
We know it.
We know.
But they don't know. And there's nothing to say. Boom. So they'll be, it ain't going to hurt nobody.
Yeah, they're just looking at pictures.
Yeah. Then when you see all kind of the shit that they're doing, as you've seen with your kids, you're like, hold the fuck up. Give me that motherfucking phone.
Yep.
I'm taking these because y'all ain't doing nothing constructive with them. So it's almost like you have to take it just so that they can have some limited experience that's similar to what we had as our entire youth.
Right.
It's like I can't take it back, but I'm gonna have some periods where y'all can't have this shit just so that y'all can learn to go outside and play.
Yeah.
To talk to each other.
Yeah, just hang out.
Read a book.
Yeah, read a book. Watch a movie
with your friends. Anything but that.
Dog, like I was sitting with my middle son. We was watching a movie last weekend. And he on his phone. I'm like, yo, We watching a movie. He's like, well, I'm still paying attention. No, you're not.
Yeah.
I was like, put the phone down, turn it off. You get the phone back after the movie's up.
Straight up.
You know what I'm saying? Because like, and it's not like he got headphones in either. Like he
So you
playing,
can hear the whole.
yeah, like motherfucker,
Disrespect.
What? Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
disrespectful.
Don't ever do that.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Make Pop slap his phone out your hand.
Shoot, this is so frustrating.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense, man. I mean, I get it. I do think that's like if you're older than 30, 35, then you got the cheat code on that.
Yeah.
Because like you're saying, we did it before then. But yeah, I think that eventually something is going to come out and prove everything that we already know.
Yeah.
Which is that younger children are being damaged developmentally and socially.
Oh, socially, easily socially.
Because they can't engage.
No, they don't know how to have a conversation with people.
No.
At all. Like you see a group of kids together and everyone's head is down.
Yeah.
No one's talking to each other. Like fools are in a group texting each other. Like fucking talk. He in your face. Why are you sending them an emoji? Why are you sending them LOL and you ain't laughing?
Right.
And he's standing right there in front of you. Like, come on, bro. There's really some problems with this shit.
Yeah, it's not right, man.
Nah, man.
Yeah, I think the kids who don't have that or were given it later, they're gonna have the cheat code over all their peers.
Hell yeah.
Like imagine having parents right now. You would hate them for being like, yo, I'm just giving you this fucking contractor phone. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? With just the buttons, no apps or nothing.
Yep.
So if you need to call me, I'm here.
Yeah, push that button.
Push that button.
Yep.
You can text, but it take all day. But here's your phone. It ain't cool at all. That kid will be mad. But when that kid becomes 17, 18, he'll be a beast.
Yeah.
His peers, he'll be liked. He'll know how to socialize. He'll know how to work on things until they're done without being distracted, engaging people, things that kids are being robbed of now.
Yeah.
Because they can't quiet their minds.
Yeah.
You know, and you're young. You don't know how to do that. It's enough going on.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's number 8 was limit social media. And number 9 goes with that. Limit electronics.
Video games.
All of
Computer time.
Everything should
all of
have a
that.
time.
Yeah.
I'm not saying people shouldn't have them, right? Like everything should have a time and place. And until you're old enough to determine that on your own, you should be very limited. Or if you know yourself well enough to know that I just can't have this laptop sitting here. I'm going to be on,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Whatever site, and I'm going to get rid of the laptop. So like certain places, like I'm lucky because I have a house, right? So I have certain rooms that have a certain function. Certain things I try not to do. I try not to bring like my phone into bed after certain times. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, if I'm going to bed at 1, by 1:15, this is plugged in. And if I just want to sit and quiet my mind, I'm doing that. The lights are out, I'm cool. But a lot of people feel like they'll fall asleep with their phone in their hand.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Like I was at my sister's house over Christmas, and my youngest niece, she fell asleep with a tablet in her hand, headphones on, a movie playing on the shit, loud as hell, all the lights on. It's like 12 o'clock. I said, what's going on in this kid's room? Why is all this shit on? Oh, she just falls asleep like that. I said, why do you let her?
Right. Why do you allow this?
She's going to be an awful person to live with later on in life.
Like all this money that she's spending, all this electricity, lights.
Going on all night.
Crazy.
All night, 9 years old.
Crazy.
Imagine, I was like, we weren't allowed to leave on shit.
Nah.
You're going to bed.
Yeah.
Like not only does she have a TV in her room at 9, it doesn't get turned off. It's constantly on. All the stuff stimulates your mind. You can't quiet your mind. And then we'll wonder why kids who are raised like that may not be able to focus like those who are
ADHD
not.
And they get these labels.
Now
and
we
all
gotta put
that.
them on the pills.
Yeah, now we gotta put them on medication. Because you couldn't take a phone away and turn a TV off.
That's it.
Yeah.
My kid can't focus. It must be that they got a disability. Have you ever taught them to focus?
Right.
Have you ever just ran through simple things with them? I want you to focus on this right here. No distractions for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
30 minutes.
Yeah.
Just see how they do. It'll kill them at first.
Hell yeah.
But after a while, they'll be beasting.
Yeah.
But you got to limit all of the stuff, laptops, phones, iPads, between like bedtime, in bed, your bedroom. Like your bedroom should be associated with sleep.
Right.
And if you change that, you damage, you know what I'm saying?
The association, your mind is messed up with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so like when you're at lunch, like don't be on your phone with somebody. Like whenever I go out or some shit, or I'm just chilling with somebody, or I go out lunch, my phone's in my pocket.
Right.
I don't even put it on the table. I don't even look at it because I feel like it's just kind of like it makes me look like I don't care about them.
Right. Like you can be on your phone at the crib.
You cool, but
yeah.
Check, you see this meme right here? This is really funny though. It's like, nah, that's disrespectful. Man.
Yeah.
Don't do that shit, man.
Right.
So that's number 9. And then last but not least, number 10, way to quiet your mind. Get outside.
Get out the crib.
Leave the house, bro.
Leave the house.
Can you open a window? Do something. Put on some walking shoes.
Yeah.
Walking is cool.
Yeah.
Exercises is better. But just leave your house. I don't care if you drive around.
Yeah.
Like, really, open road driving is one of the best activities for me to clear my mind.
It's pretty awesome.
Oh my God.
I hit 270 sometimes, just go
Just
around the whole
loop.
city. Yeah, just do the loop.
Album on bump.
Yep.
Go through your own
you
shit.
know it. You know it.
Yeah, that's a great activity.
Yeah, because it's what, about probably 30, 45 minutes?
Yeah, circle the whole city.
Circle the whole city? Yeah.
Yeah, man. Like that driving, it you just got to get out sometimes, man. And when you're inside, you're often inside your thoughts a little too much. You know, I don't get out like I would like to, but I'm trying to finish a motherfucking book. But when it's done, I'm gonna be out a lot more.
Yeah, this summer I think I'm gonna try my best to get out more because I don't like wintertime. I don't go nowhere.
Hell no.
Nah,
bruh.
But you know, spring, summer, I try to get out to shows, go check some DJs out. You know,
and when you're at those events, you're not thinking about 30 other things.
Nah. Socializing, seeing people I ain't seen in I don't know how long since the last time I was out, you know?
Yeah, man. So get outside, man. And that's it.
Yeah.
That's 10 joints, man. I hope y'all got something out of this. Let me read them back real quick. Quieting your mind. Number 1, practice your craft. Number 2, don't multitask. Number 3, turn off notifications. Number 4, put it on paper. Number 5, pray, meditate. Number 6, read often. Number 7, accept what you can't control. Number 8, limit social media. Number 9, limit electronics. And number 10, get outside.
Yeah.
That's it for this week. We'll see y'all next week.
Peace.
Thank you for listening to Super Duty Tough Work. Subscribe to the podcast on iTunes. Follow the podcast on SoundCloud. Peace.
Shoot, I got styles already that's more complex that nobody know about. I mean, super duty tough work.